Is my screen visible, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What about the yesterday's assignment? I mean, day before yesterday's assignment. Have you done that?
Not yet.
I have completed.
Actually, I tried it, but the instruction that you said to follow, I could not find that. I got the zip file, so I just keep it that one. I
Okay,
will try again
you
and
have
do
to
it.
extract the zip file. You have to extract the zip file and follow the instructions. You have to install that data loader dot batch file by using that. If you may not, if you're not able to install, then you can directly. First of all, you have to install Java and Zulu OpenJDK version 11. Then, if you're not able to install data loader after that, you can directly open the batch file. So it will check whether the Zulu is installed in your machine or not. And if it is installed, then data loader will be opened directly.
Oh, okay. No, I do not have Zulu. So
You have to install that as well.
yeah, okay, fine. I will follow again that all instruction, and if I find any problem, then I will let you.
Yeah.
Someone I was not able to attend. So is it part of the file, the recording, those zip files and everything?
Sorry, which one?
You said the zip file.
Yes.
Did you send it to everyone, or is it part of the? Oh, it's right there. Okay.
If you click on this, the data loader will be downloaded automatically. You have to. They have given the instructions here under Windows installation instructions. See, install Zulu OpenJDK version 11 for Windows. From here, you have to. From here, you can get the .msi file.
Okay.
You have to follow these instructions.
Thank you.
Yeah. Guys, if you have any questions about the last topics that we have covered, you can please ask now. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, I'll explain. I'll explain about the ID. In last session, someone asked me, right, what is the difference between 15-digit and 18-digit ID? Okay, right now I'm in a classic version. Let me open any object. Let me open any record here. In position object for people manager. So this will be the ID. This will be the 15-digit ID. So 15-digit ID is case sensitive, actually. Case sensitive means if it is a lowercase letter, you have to use the lowercase letter. And if it is a uppercase letter, you have to use the uppercase letter. So if, let me open Notepad. So if we change the lowercase letter t to uppercase letter, this is different ID than this. So these two are two different IDs. Okay, so it will not consider small t, I mean lowercase t as a uppercase letter t. So it considers these two are two different IDs if it is a 15-digit ID. So that is the case sensitive. 18-digit ID is not case sensitive. So let's say I'll open this record in Lightning version. Basically, if you open the record in classic version, it will display the 15-digit ID. If we open the same record in Lightning version, People Manager, let me open it. This is the ID. We copy and paste it here. This is the 18-digit ID. if we open a record in Classic version, it gives the 15-digit ID. The same record, if you open in Lightning version, it gives the 18-digit ID. You can till 15 digits, it is same as above. And the last, it will just add the last 3 characters to the 15-digit ID. And this is not case sensitive. So if we change this T to capital T, still this is valid ID. I mean, these two are same IDs. So this is not the case sensitive, and this will be shown only in Lightning environment. I mean, this will be shown in the UI of Lightning environment, and we can use this 18-digit ID in APIs. When we are using any API, Apex API, then we need to use the 18-digit ID. This is the reason actually Salesforce. Let me explain you why we need to use 18-digit ID. Basically, this is a case sensitive, right? And this is internal to Salesforce. Even if you download this record, if you export this record to the data loader, you can see 18-digit ID, not the 15-digit ID. Because when we are dealing with Salesforce data outside, so the ID should not be case sensitive actually. Only the Salesforce internally, whenever we are dealing with the records internally in Salesforce, we use this. I mean, this 15-digit ID will be visible because this is case sensitive, and Salesforce in Salesforce the record ID is a case sensitive, but the 18-digit ID should not be case sensitive when we are dealing with the data from outside, because most of the databases, like most of the programming languages, even if you take other databases and other languages, so they'll use the case insensitive IDs. So the IDs which we use outside the Salesforce should not be case sensitive. So that is the reason Salesforce introduced 18-digit ID. So this will be useful when we are dealing with the data from outside. Even if you are importing the data from data loader to Salesforce, we use the 18-digit ID. And if you're importing the data from using Apex, then we need to use the 18-digit ID. Only in Apex API, this is a case sensitive. If you try again, if it is a capital T, if you try this ID with the data loader, it will fail, because data loader will not consider small t and capital T same. It will the T should be small letter only in data loader when you're using this record in the data loader. But if you're using the same ID in Apex APIs, then this is not case sensitive. Guys, any questions so far?
Murli, this is record ID, right?
Yes.
And what is external ID?
That's different. External ID is different. Let's talk about this 15-digit ID now. So 15-digit and 18-digit ID. You have any questions on this?
So if I replace this 18-digit with, case sensitive is not case sensitive, right? So if I replace the capital letters with small letters and paste there will it work? Shows the same thing?
You want me to add this T as capital? Let me. Looks like there's a problem. We have to use only in API. If I give small t, it will work. See, that's what I'm saying. Even in the data loader or in Salesforce directly in the UI, it should be case sensitive. But if we are using in Apex APIs, then only it is not case sensitive. That is the purpose of this 18-digit ID. So if you're importing the data using APIs, I mean, that comes under development again. That is the reason Salesforce is Salesforce is using this 18-digit ID, and the first 15 digits are same. Last 3 digits This will be different. This will be added to.
So
this
that
15-digit
three that three characters are randomly chosen, or it is
No,
there is a pattern.
There is a pattern. There is a mechanism actually. So based on that mechanism, I mean that will be derived from this 15-digit ID. So based on that mechanism, it will append the 15. Sorry, it will append the 3 characters.
Okay.
Is that 3 character like a security code? It's kind of.
No. Even we can manually convert the 15-digit ID to 18-digit ID. There is no security. So it's a pattern. So there is a process. There is a conversion process. Okay. If you see in the classic version, let me switch back to classic. See, after this salesforce.com, you can directly give the ID, right? If we switch to Lightning, see here. So after salesforce.com, we have Lightning, and R is nothing but record. If it is O, it's an object. And position __ C, and the 18-digit ID, and view. View is nothing but if you are opening the record in view mode, it tells us if we open the record in view mode. If I click on edit this record, let me this will be changed. This will be edit and question mark count equal to something. What is that? Okay, so it is giving some random this one, but let me try this. Even if you give edit question mark count equal to 1, so it will open the record in edit mode. So if we open any object, let me open positions object. See, if I open position object, it displays O here, not R. So R is for record and O is for object, and the object name and list. So what is displaying? It's displaying list. So this is a recently viewed is a list, right? And filter name equal to recent. If I change it to all, it will be changed to all. Okay, now there is an ID for all. Okay. So this is the way it displays the record or object, anything. And if let me switch back to classic. If I open account record, see, it is displaying 001, right? If I open any account record, the ID starts with 001. So 001 is nothing. If a record ID starts with 001, that means that record is related to account. So that is an account objects record. All account objects records ID will start with 001. Even if you create a record manually, the ID will start with 001. Okay, let me open contract record. It will be 003, I think. Let me open it. Yes, it is 003. So Salesforce has given a number to one number to every object. So 001 is for account, 003 is for contact. So it's depend on the object. Even if you open layer record, I think it will start with 00Q. Let me go to leads. See here, you can see that 00Q. If I open any record, it starts with 00Q. In the same way, these are all the standard objects in Salesforce, right? Yeah, these are all the standard objects in Salesforce. So based on the object, so Salesforce has already given some number to every object. For account, it is 001. For contact, it is 003. For lead, it's 00Q. So in the same way, for the custom objects which we have created, let me move to recruiting. So it starts with A00. If I open position, A01. So this is the second object that I created in Salesforce in my org. And if I go to jobs, A04. So this is the fifth object that I created. So it starts with A00. Even you can check, you have created few custom objects, right? If you open any of your object, if you open the first custom object that you created in your org, it displays A00. This is the first 3 digits. Let me open any record. Let me go to positions. So it's A01. If I open any record, it starts with A01. So this is the record ID. So the first 3 characters of the record ID will be it lets us know the object. What is the object? By looking at the record, if you have idea about your custom objects, which object you have created first and which object you have created next. So if you have that idea, then if you see the record ID, you can say the object. This record belongs to which object. Guys, any questions so far? Okay. So this is the difference between 15-digit and 18-digit ID. So when we are using when we are using when we are trying to import records with Apex API, so there is a if you want to convert the record ID from 15 to 18-digit in Apex, in programming, we'll be having a function like case safe ID. So here we have to give the 15-digit ID. So this will convert your 15-digit ID to 18-digit ID in programming. Okay. Actually, there is a process. There is a process to convert the 15-digit ID to 18-digit ID. You can do it even manually. So if you don't want to do it in manually, you can just try this function in any of your Apex class. Then you'll get that ID. Okay, guys, any questions so far?
Nope, all good.
Okay. Let me go to go to data management and duplicate management. Okay, so here we have duplicate error logs, duplicate rules, and matching rules. So let's duplicate rules. It's nothing but if you want to avoid any duplicate records in our object. If you want to avoid any duplication in combination of fields, then in that case we can go with the duplicate rules and matching rules. Let me explain Let me open position object. What are the fields can I take? Okay, let me take a position name and functional area. So I don't want people manager, another people manager to be hired in finance. So in that case, there should not be any other position for people manager in finance department, right? So I'll take these two fields, position name and functional area. And I don't want duplicate records in these two fields. Let me go to data management. And here you can see matching rules and duplicate rules. First, you have to click on matching rules. Before writing any duplicate rule, you have to write a matching rule first. Let me click on new rule. You have to select the object here. Let me select position. Click on next. Rule name. Position matching. Rule. And here you have to select the fields. So what are the fields you want to match? I want to match position name. You can even select, okay, this is exact only, okay. So you can even select this checkbox, match blank fields. That means if you don't want even the blank records, see if you already have a blank record and again you don't want second blank record, then in that case you have to check this checkbox. So even you don't want the blank also duplicate. So in that case you have to check this checkbox. I'm not checking as of now. And functional area. Okay, again, exact match. Okay, we have to select the fields here, and you can even select either and or as every time we select, right? So you have to click on the filter criteria, filter logic, and you can change the and to or here. So if you want either position name or functional area should not be duplicated. In that case, you can just change and to or. If you want in both of them, I mean, by combining both the fields, you don't want the duplicate values. You should be and. Okay, I've selected position name and functional area here. Save. And you have to activate this matching rule. You can see position name exact match blank equal to false. So you're not matching the blank. So it should be the position name value should be the exact value, and position is functional area. Functional area, the value should be exact value, and for this also you are not matching the blank. Okay. And you have to select you have to click on duplicate rules. First, before writing a name duplicate rule, let me open people manager. So it's people manager in finance, right? So I'm just cloning this record. People manager and finance. Okay, let me change something. So I'm not giving account here. I'm not giving minimum maximum pay. Saving it. Okay, with position name and functional area, I am able to save the record, right? Now, we don't have any, go to all records, people manager, and the functional area is finance. So I'm able to save the record now. Let me write a duplicate rule. Click on new rule and select the object. The rule name will be position duplicate rule. Here you can even enforce sharing rules and bypass sharing rules. Guys, you remember sharing rules that we have discussed in security?
Yes.
Okay. So if you select this first option, enforce sharing rules, all the sharing rules that are applied, whatever the sharing rules that are applicable for a specific object, so those sharing rules will be enforced. Enforced is nothing but, so those will be present. And if it bypass, then it will not consider the sharing rules for this duplicate rule. Okay. So the good best practice is you have to always check this enforce sharing rules. And under actions, we have two options: allow, block. For action on create, so it's asking what to do on creation of duplicate record. So if user tries to create a same record, what to do? Either you have to allow or block. You have to block. And action on edit. So if user is trying to edit, you have to allow or block. Again, you have to block. And alert text. What should be the text here? Code. This. Same. And functional area in the system. So this is the message I want to display when a user is trying to create a similar record, similar values with the position, similar position and position name and function area values, or user is trying to edit. So I want to display this message.
So,
Okay.
Murali, I have a question.
Yeah.
So if I select the bypass sharing rules, so the action on create should be allowing this, right?
No, it is depending on it is only for these duplicate rules. It will not
Yeah,
allow. This is related to the sharing rules.
So if it's not going to
See,
enforce the sharing rule, the duplicates,
okay.
so
See
that
here.
means it should allow that. So then you
Specify
cannot
how
block.
you can house over here. You can see specify how your organization sharing rules determine which records are matching, which records the matching rule compares. So the match if you select the first option, the matching rule compares only records that the user has access to. I mean, what are the sharing rules are nothing but related to the access, right?
Yeah.
Access to the data. So if the
True.
user doesn't know, if let's say I'm a sales rep, and you are also a sales rep, and I don't have access to your data. So you might have created the people manager in the finance department. So, but I don't know that because I don't have access to your data, right? So even I can create the same. I can create the same people manager and finance for the finance department, right?
So it's going to be only for under your profile then.
No, the matching rule compares only. See, whatever the records, if you enforce the sharing rules, the matching rule it considers your data only, not the others' data.
Okay.
It just compares with your data. And if you bypass the sharing rules, it just compares with all the data, and you don't know which data, what is the record that exists in Salesforce. So you cannot create. You have to try.
Okay.
Yeah. Until you don't get the duplicate. Okay. And here you have to compare with positions here, and you have to select the matching rule for this position object. So you have already created a matching rule. So that will be here, position matching rule. And you have to select this matching rule. You can even add, if there is any another matching rule, you can even add that rule here. As of now, I have only one matching rule. And here you can even add the conditions for this record which you are inserting. Okay, I'm not adding any conditions, save it. Okay, matching position, matching rule, and map. And you have to activate this. Let me go to people manager and let me clone it. So it's people manager and finance. I'm saving it. See, a record already exists with same position name and functionality on the system. You have to change it. And these two fields are highlighted. Can you see this? So you cannot enter the duplicate values here. So if you want to save it, you have to select another record. Sorry, another value. Save.
So
Then you should save.
Murli, when we found we get this error message, can we instruct the system to take an action that change the functional area to XYZ? Is there a facility? Is there a facility to previous screen we got the error message, right? That we already exists, record is already exists. Then
Yes.
Once we get that error message, can we instruct the to change the functional area like that to get a rule?
No, there is any inbuilt rule like that. You have to write a program for that.
Okay, I thought we can give it in any. Okay,
no, we cannot. So you have to write a program. If you get any, you have to select all the failed records, and you have to change the value. You have to write a program for that, whatever the requirement you have. There is no out-of-box functionality in Salesforce for that. Yeah, guys, any questions so far?
So now you have changed the functional area as for human resources, right? So do we need to send it for the approval? Submit for approval button is there, right?
This is related to the approval process.
Okay.
So in approval process, we just submit record for the approval, right? So if you have any approval process on this object, then you can see this button. Submit for approval. Otherwise, you don't see the button. Any more questions, guys? And we have to notice that this is a combination of the fields. So we may already have a people manager, so we can create another people manager, but not in the same department, same functional area. So it will consider both the fields. You can create people manager record with another functional area, and you can have a record with another you can have a record with human resources with another position. So it takes the combination because we have given the and over there. In the matching rule, we have given and, right? So that is the reason it takes the combination of the fields. Okay, let me. So any questions on matching rules and duplicate rules? Okay. Data integration rules. I think this is a part of the advanced admin. So integration rules basically keep the data up to date. So we use this data integration rules. Just validates the data. If you are getting any data from third party data services, then these integration rules are useful to check and validate the data. If you activate this data integration rule, checks the data against the data services which we have, which are available in Salesforce for us. So based on the rule settings, how we set, this data will be updated in the object. And we can even control the triggers and workflows here. So I think this is a part of advanced admin. And this is the same, this is related to the data integration rules. And next one is the reporting snapshot.
So Murli, as an admin, do we have to do any kind of integrations or?
It's not. Yes, as a part of admin, sometimes you have to do this data integration rules, but it is an advanced admin. So generally, we don't use this much. But in some
Okay,
cases, yes, you have to.
I have a question too on
Yeah.
the data integration.
Yes.
When it's coming from a third party, it can come in any format, that's right, because they all use different formats. So how do you convert that to the format you want? Do you have to do any ETL?
Yes, if you want to do any ETL, if you're doing if you're importing the data manually, then you have to use the data loader, and you have to do it. You have to do the ETL manually. If you don't want to do manually, then you have to write a program again for this.
Okay.
You have to transfer the data in which format you want.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Coming to the reporting snapshot. So basically, it allows users to work with the reports data from the custom object. We can work on the custom objects data which is inserted from the reports. Yes, by using this feature. So actually, the purpose of this is to get, we can easily get the historical data, to maintain the historical data, and to work on the reports data. So we use this reporting snapshot. Let me explain it clearly. See, the source should be report and target should be your custom object. Let me click on continue. New reporting snapshot. So here you have to select the source, report, and target object. You have to create a specific object. You have to, first of all, you have to create a report. Let me create a report first. New report. Let me create it on opportunities. Okay, I have three fields in this report: opportunity name, expected revenue, and amount. Okay. Let me run this report. Save as ops report. So I'm saving it in Unified Public Reports. Save. Okay, now under Unified Public Reports, I have Ops Report 1. Okay, I have the opportunity, and what are the fields we have? Opportunity name, revenue, and account name. Let me remove account name also. I don't want it. Okay. Okay, and under Unified Public Reports, I have Opportunity Report 1, and here I have opportunity name and expected revenue, 2 fields. Let's go to object. We have to create an object here. Object name should be report. There is a report data and I want to create 2 fields. Take text area. This is the opportunity name. Next one is the currency. Expected revenue. Okay, I have 2 fields in this object. Let me go to data management, reporting snapshots, continue, new reporting snapshot. So we have to select the source report. What is the ops report 1? And the target is report data. And save and edit field mappings. We have to map the fields. So what are the fields that we have in report, and what are the fields that we have in object? We have to expected revenue and opportunity name, put data name. Okay, it's not selected. Save it. Yeah, these are the fields that we have mapped, and we have to schedule the reporting snapshot. Edit. So this is also the same way. When we have to schedule this reporting snapshot, if it is, and if you want even email, you can just select to me. If you want this reporting snapshot should be run on daily basis, you can even select daily and every weekday. You have to select the start date and end date and time. So I think this is the only option here, 11 p.m. So you have to save it. So if you save it, then this you'll get the report data to your custom object. Then you can work on your custom object. So if you want to work on the reporting data, reports data, then you have to go with this reporting snapshot. So as it runs daily, so it will be keep on inserting the data into your custom object. So whatever the data that the report have. Any doubts on this, guys?
So Murali, just want to clarify. So this one is sending reports to the object, not, I mean,
reports data to the object. Yeah.
Data to the object. Okay.
So whatever the data that we have generated in the report. So we have a lot of opportunity names and expected revenues, right? So all the data will be inserted into the object. The report data will be inserted into the object.
Okay, so basically, the snapshot is basically to bring back the generated report data into the object. Yes,
if you want to work on that data, then you have to do that. You cannot directly work on the data from the report, right? So you have to, if in the case you have to work on the data, then you have to create a reporting snapshot so that it gets the data from the report to the object. Then you can work on the data.
Is there any way you can show it right now, like what comes back?
No, actually, it's scheduled, right?
It has to be scheduled. Okay.
Yeah.
There's no immediate report that you can.
No. Okay. You can try that. You can try it once, and if you get any doubts, then yeah, I'll clarify you.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Can we change that system date and then you can run?
No, it picks the date from Salesforce. It will not take the date from the system, right? So if it is January 1st, January 30th, 11 p.m., it's not my time. It's not depend on the system time.
Okay.
Any more dot ways?
Basically, for this one, we will have to wait till the report is generated whenever it's needed. It can only be scheduled, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So Murli, can we put tomorrow's ended and we can see tomorrow or no?
Okay,
No, the
let me
date.
try.
Date
End date.
and
So end date it doesn't matter, right? So it runs every day. So it runs every weekday. So you have to select it every day if you want to check it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see tomorrow.
Okay. Thanks.
I hope. Yeah. Any more questions, guys?
Only if any field that we do not have in the object, but that available in the report, then how it will get mapped?
I think the data will not get to the object.
So means that data
It just
will not.
skips the field.
Only
Yeah.
that fields will add it to the object which is available.
Yes, whatever the fields that we have mapped here, only that data will be extracted from the report. I think so. Because we never, generally we don't work on this reporting snapshot. Even I didn't work on this. I know the concept.
Yeah, I mean, so sometimes it happens, right? In the report, there is 1,000 number of the fields.
Yes. So that is why we have this field mapping
could
here.
not add in every field in the object.
Yes. Let's say, for example, we have not selected this one here. So it's accepting, right? So the system is accepting means I think we should not get any error. If we are getting, if we get any error, then it should not accept here itself. We should get error here itself. I think so. Any more questions, guys? Okay. Let me go back to data management. And the next one is we have done with data input or data export. Export, it's nothing but we have to schedule export. So again, you have to select the data. So which data you want to export. So this is getting data from Salesforce to outside. You have to schedule. You have to schedule the export. So you have to select the date and start date before start date. You have to select it, and you have to select which data you want to export, and you have to save it. This is same as exporting data from by using the data loader, right? So this is the scheduled export. And really, guys, we don't use this much actually. We from this data management, we use we use the duplicate management, and we don't use even data import wizard, and we use data loader much, and sometimes we use this mass transfer this also, but it's a rare usage. Mostly we use the duplicate management and data loader. That's it. And coming to storage usage, so here it lets us know how much we are using. Let's see. If we take the opportunities, the record, we have 31 records in opportunities, and these records are stored in 62 KB. The size of these 31 records is 62 KB, and this is 17% of the data which we are using from the opportunities. And if we see the data storage, the limit is 5 MB, and I'm already using 362 KB. and the percentage is 7%. So this is the usage, just usage of the Salesforce, how much we are using. Coming to mass transfer. Mass transfer is nothing but we can transfer all the data or specific set of records from one user to another user. That means we are changing the owner of the record. Okay, let me select lead, transfer leads. Here we need to select the user, from which user we are transferring. Let me show you now. Let me open sales and leads. All the leads. Okay, the owner is MK here. So just want to transfer from MK to this user. Okay, I have two users in my system, and even if you want to add criteria, you can add. Let me add a criteria. Open, not contacted. Okay, the lead status for the leads which are open, not contacted. Then I want to change the owner. Okay, lead status equals to open, not contacted. If you click a find, then you will get all the records. So you have 3 records. Do we have 3 records? 1, 2, 3. Yes, 3 records we have. We have to select the records and then click on transfer. 3 leads transferred. Let me check. Let me refresh this. So as of now, the owner is MK, right? For 3 records, it should be. Yeah. See, the owner is changed. 1, 2, 3. For 3 records, the owner is changed. So if you don't add any conditions, so all the records will be changed. I mean, the owner of all the records will be changed. Is it clear? Mass transfer.
Murli.
Yep.
So previously, before the transfer, I see one of the record is unread by a owner, is not checked. Okay.
Not checked. Okay, let me write another transfer. Not checked here.
Here in the screen, unread by owner, one of them is not checked and it is disabled.
No, I checked all of them because I checked the first checkbox. I mean, I checked select all. So
yeah, you checked here, but when I see that unread by owner, I see that particular checkbox is not clicked for first record.
Okay, let me write another condition. If we take the state or province VA, you have only 1 record. There are just 2 records. 1, 2. Let me refresh. Why? Oh, this one is changed, right? Okay. Okay, we have this record. You want multiple records, right? Okay, let's take CA then, not VA. So we have 2 records. Let's select this. Yeah, we have 2 records. You want me to change the owner now?
Yeah, but when I saw that one, I see that the unread by owner
Okay,
checkbox.
let me work with the same records again. I'm changing this owner. I'm changing back actually. Selecting this. Lead status equals open not contacted. I have 3 records. I just checked. Transfer. Done. Let me refresh it. The owner is changed. You want me to change it again with the same condition from?
It's okay, not required. Yeah. So somehow maybe that is not. I observed it.
You might have seen these maybe. One
Yeah,
of these.
probably, yeah.
Any more questions, guys? Okay, let me go to mass delete. So mass delete is also same as transfer. We can delete the records, but we cannot delete from all the objects. So let's select leads again. So here you have to add the criteria, matching criteria, and then search. Let me take the same again. Lead source. Sorry, status, right? Open not contacted and search. You can select this, and you can, if you delete, then those records will be deleted. And if you select this permanent delete the selected records, that means those records will not be available in the even in the recycle bin. Generally, we don't check this because if we know after deleting this, if we know something like we have done a mistake, we don't even get the records to restore. So you have to select the records. What are the records you want to delete? You can just directly delete. If you hit the delete button, those records will be deleted. That is mass delete and mass transfer approval process. So these are the records that again for transferring the records, but which records that we have under the approval process. So if we let me open recruiting application, open position, open any record. So if we submit for approval, it's approved. Open another record. What's happening, guys? Okay, let's take people manager, submit for approval. Okay, I might have a condition like auto approve. I have to check the approval process again. Guys, you can try this. You want me to explain it now itself, or can you try this mass transfer approval process? So generally, if this is also same, you have to select the process name. Actually, process name is approval process name equals to. Let's go to approval process. This is the approval process name, position approval. If we click on find record, find. If we have any records for waiting for approval, then we get those records here. Same again, you have to select this. You have to select the checkbox, and here you have to select the user. To which user? See, we can even remove the records. Mass remove records from an approval process. We can even remove the records. Or else, if you want to transfer, we have to select the user here. We have to select the user, and here we get the list of records that are waiting for approval from manager or from CEO, anyone. It's depend on the approval process. So we'll get all the records that are waiting for approval here. We can select multiple records and we can just click on transfer. So those records will be transferred to this user. Can you try this, or you want me to explain this as well? Guys, can you try this, or you want me to explain? Am I audible?
Sure, we can try it.
Okay, but no one is responding. Is my voice clear?
Yeah, we are definitely trying to miss this approval process.
Yeah, we'll try.
Okay, sure. I thought I'm not audible. Okay. Okay, let's stop here for today. And one more thing, I just want to ask you. Want me to explain the conversion of the IDs from 15-digit to 18-digit? If you want me to explain, I can explain. Otherwise, yeah, you can. Actually, that's not needed for. And in this course, it's not available, and even that's not needed for admin. Okay.
Murli,
yeah.
I remember Devika was telling during the introduction to the data management that we need to learn about Excel sheet functionalities, right? Functions like VLOOKUP, concatenate.
Yes.
So where we are going to use them exactly in the data management?
In the data management, if you get the data in the CSV format, then if we let's say
I think we have not covered it, but if possible, can we cover tomorrow first 10 to 15 minutes on that?
It's not covered. I'm not sure. Okay.
VLOOKUP and all. She said.
Okay. Actually, we need to know them if we want to insert data to Salesforce. So we get the data from, if we are getting data from the third-party system, so we don't get the data as it is that are matching to the Salesforce format, right? We have to change the format. So whatever the based on the data type that we have in Salesforce objects. So based on the data type of the fields, we have to change the data. It's nothing like a ETL. So we get the data from third-party system. That's nothing but the extraction, and we have to transfer the data. If you're transferring it manually, then you can directly use those functions, Excel functions, and we can transfer the format in the Excel sheet itself. Then we have to load the data to the Salesforce by using the data loader.
Okay, but is it possible for you to explain that in one?
Actually,
example?
yes. I think Devika will explain that. I am not much aware of those functions, Excel functions. I know a few of them, but not much. I think she can explain that. I'll check with her.
Yeah, it would be helpful if she can show it on the screen, because.
Yes. I'll check with her. I'm not much familiar with that.
What are the topics remaining for tomorrow? I heard tomorrow is going to be the last day for Salesforce training.
Probably tomorrow is not the last day, because we still have few topics and we have to take even on the business analyst, right?
That's right, yeah.
So the topics these are the same, guys. It's weekly settings, schema settings, and mass update addresses and mass reassign. So these are it's like a mass transfer and mass delete. So you'll get the same here. You'll easily understand if you open this. And this is the data loader that we have already covered. And anyone anyone is trying for development, or everyone is looking for admin and business analyst?
So for development, is it like a new language that we have to learn, programming
Yes,
language?
we have two languages here, two programming languages. One is Apex and one is a Visual Force. Visual Force is nothing but it's like a designing of the page,
Okay.
and Apex is the programming language where we build the business logic.
What about SOQL?
SOQL and SOSL, those are the query languages that we have in Salesforce to query the data, to get the data from. Let me open developer console.
So that means the development process will take place after the admin certification, or it will continue?
No, even for development, you have to be clear on admin.
So we have to clear first the admin certification. Then
Yes,
we can.
yes. So here SOQL is it's nothing but a query language. It's like a SQL database query. If you have idea about select the columns from the table, you have to write the queries here, and if you execute, there is a button. If you execute this query, so you'll get the data here. So it's a query language to get the data from the objects based on a condition. So we can use that data in the programming language.
Okay. Chalo then. Yeah.
Yeah, and for developer training, is it a must to have a technical background? Because if somebody like me who's coming from a non-technical background, is it manageable, or what do you think?
I can say this is not tough as Java. I think most of the people feel that Java is very tough language, right? So it's not that much tough. Yes, you have to learn the programming language Apex. So it is like you should have, if you have knowledge on programming languages, then it would be great. But even you can learn it as soon as, if you learn it hardly, so it takes 1.5 months.
And SQL query is a must to know beforehand?
Yes, SQL. Do you have idea about SQL queries?
No, I'm just asking.
Okay, so including SQL, it may take 2 months.
Okay.
Not more than that, but you have to practice. That's the only thing for development.
Got it. Okay. Thank
If
you.
you practice more, then you'll be the master.
Okay.
So Murli, development is more like a SQL queries, or there is anything else?
No, it's let me
Writing code.
see whether I have any classes here. No, I don't have any
So
classes.
definitely this is not an
This-
object-oriented language like that, right?
This is the
This is
object-oriented language. This is the object-oriented language. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Let me. Yes, it looks like this. This is the class, and this is the method.
Yeah, I don't see much difference between Java and Apex. So
You don't see much difference, but it's not tough as Java, I can say.
Yeah, I was about to say something like that.
Yeah, it's like Java, but not exactly. In Java, you'll be having a lot of
No, means in the Java also there is the public class and the string.
yeah,
name,
class,
return,
object,
Class
and
is-
all the
the
OOPS
same.
concepts, all the object-oriented concepts. So everything will be there. This is also an object-oriented programming language.
Okay.
But if you take Java, there's a lot. If you
Yeah,
dig deep,
the Java
deep
is
Java
very
inside,
vast, very deep. Yeah.
yes, it's not that tough as Java. It's like a core Java, you can say. Yeah. Any more questions, guys? I didn't get the answer for this question. If anyone wants to know how to convert 15-digit data to, 15-digit ID to 18-digit ID, so it's a mechanism. If you want, then I can explain that in maybe next session.
Yes, please.
Now or next session?
Next
Yeah,
session.
we can
Yes,
cover
it's
it on the next. Yeah.
yeah, it's 11:30 in the night for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 10 for me.
Okay. I think it hardly takes 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, I'll explain that in next session. Any questions on these topics, guys?
No, all good.
Murli, this is regarding security controls. Did we finish it completely?
Sorry. It's not, your voice is not clear.
Security controls. Are we done with security controls completely?
Yes, we have already covered the security, right? I think Devika covered.
Devika was supposed to cover single sign-on settings, I think.
Sorry, again, your voice is not clear.
Single sign-on settings. She said she'd cover those also.
Single sign-on settings.
Yes.
Didn't she cover all these topics?
No, she covered only the half one.
Yeah.
Okay. I think she'll come back tomorrow. I think she'll cover them.
Okay.
And you're clear with this is very important, sharing settings among all these.
She did cover all those things, the login and all those things.
She didn't cover?
She did.
Okay. She did all the topics?
Now, I think she didn't cover the single sign-on, but she did cover the login.
Okay, all this till certificate key and management.
Something
Yeah,
like that, yeah.
until single sign. Yeah, until that one.
Until this. Okay. And among these, actually, this is the most important, sharing settings. So you have to know what is OWD and why we use this, and what is these stand report visibility, manage user record sharings, manager groups, and all these things.
Maybe she covered this one too. I don't know.
Sorry?
Sharing settings was covered.
I think she covered this one.
Yeah, she covered already.
Yeah. One. Okay. Even these sharing rules. This is the important thing in data security. Sharing settings, and in the sharing settings, sharing rules. For every object, we will be having sharing rules. Okay. Any more questions, guys?
No, we're good. Thank you.
Okay. So we don't have any homework for this, any assignment now. So it's not much, right? We have covered reporting snapshot, and matching and duplicate rules, mass transfer. We don't have any assignment for today. Yeah, we can close for today.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice night or day.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.